My name is Ethan. When I entered university, I thought the next 4 years would only be about studying, getting a degree, and building my future. I never expected that one person could completely change my life. Her name was Mia. I first saw her on my first day of college. She was sitting alone in the classroom, holding a notebook and looking nervous like everyone else. I remember she dropped her pen, and I picked it up for her. She smiled and said, "Thank you." It was just a small moment. A simple smile. A normal conversation. But sometimes, the most important stories begin with the smallest moments. After that day, we started seeing each other more often. We had some classes together, so we naturally became friends. At first, we only talked about homework, exams, and university life. But slowly, our conversations became longer. We started sharing our dreams, our fears, and our personal stories. I found out that Mia was someone who always tried her best. She came from a simple family, and she wanted to become successful to make her parents proud. I admired that about her. She was not the most popular girl on campus. She was not someone who tried to get everyone's attention. But she had something special. She made people around her feel comfortable. After a few months, I realized that I was falling in love with her. I started looking for excuses to see her. I walked with her after class. I brought her coffee before exams. I helped her with difficult assignments. And one rainy afternoon, I finally told her how I felt. I was nervous because I didn't know what she would say. She looked at me and smiled. Then she said, "I was waiting for you to say that." That was the happiest day of my university life. We officially became a couple. At that time, everything felt perfect. We studied together. We celebrated every small achievement. We supported each other when life became difficult. We were not rich. We did not have expensive dates. Sometimes, we just sat in a small restaurant near campus and talked for hours. But those simple moments became my favorite memories. I thought we would stay together forever. However, university life is not always a beautiful story. As graduation came closer, everything started changing. We both became busy preparing for our careers. Mia wanted to work in another city because she received a good opportunity. I wanted to stay because I had my own plans. For the first time, we started having different paths. We tried to make it work. We promised each other that distance would not change our feelings. But promises are easy to make when everything is still good. The reality was harder than we expected. We started talking less. Our messages became shorter. The calls that used to last for hours became only a few minutes. I started feeling like I was losing the person who was once closest to me. One day, Mia called me. Her voice sounded different. She said, "I need to tell you something." My heart immediately felt heavy. I already knew something was wrong. She told me that she was tired. Not tired of me, but tired of trying to keep a relationship that was slowly breaking. She said, "Sometimes loving someone is not enough if two people are walking in different directions." I didn't want to accept it. I wanted to fight for us. I wanted to go back to the days when everything was simple. But I realized that we were no longer the same two people who met in that classroom. We had grown. We had changed. And sometimes, people grow in different ways. We ended our relationship after graduation. There was no betrayal, no cheating, no big fight. Just two people who loved each other but couldn't continue the same journey. For a long time, I wondered if our love was a failure. But later, I realized something. Not every person who enters your life is meant to stay forever. Some people come into your life to teach you how to love. Some people come into your life to show you beautiful memories. And some people become a part of your story, even if they are no longer in your future. Mia was my first love. She was my favorite chapter of university life. And even though we are no longer together, I will always be thankful that I met her. Because sometimes, the most beautiful love stories are not the ones that last forever. They are the ones that change you forever.